The night sky over Earth glowed with 1,000 stars. In the small town of Riverside, 3 children walked home from school. Sarah, age 10, carried her backpack and laughed with her friends. Marcus, age 12, kicked a stone down the sidewalk. Little Emma, only 8 years old, skipped ahead, her red shoes flashing in the streetlight. Above them, hidden in the clouds, something watched. The ship was massive. Black metal stretched across the darkness like a predator's wing. Inside the vessel, Commander Vrak stood before a holographic display. His purple skin gleamed under the bridge lights. His eyes, large and silver, studied the 3 human children below. "Target acquired," Vrak said. His voice was cold and sharp. 3 juvenile specimens. Perfect for study. Beside him, Officer Xena hesitated. She was younger, her scales still bright green. "Commander, are you certain? The protocols state that Earth is..." "Earth is primitive," Vrak interrupted. "These creatures barely understand space travel. They are weak. Harmless." He waved a clawed hand. "Initiate capture sequence." The beam shot down from the ship. Silent. Invisible. The 3 children froze mid-step. Their eyes went blank. Their bodies lifted slowly into the air. No one in Riverside noticed. No cameras caught the moment. 1 second the children were there. The next they were gone. On the ship, Sarah, Marcus, and Emma materialized inside a white containment chamber. The walls hummed with alien technology. Strange symbols glowed on the surfaces. The children blinked, confused and terrified. "Where are we?" Emma whispered. Her voice trembled. Marcus grabbed Sarah's hand. "Stay close. Something's wrong." Commander Vrak entered the chamber. He towered over the children, nearly 8 feet tall. His armor clicked as he moved. He looked down at them with cold curiosity. "Do not be afraid," Vrak said. His voice translated through a device on his chest. "You will not be harmed. You are guests of the Chthonian Empire." "Guests." Sarah found her courage. "You kidnapped us." Vrak's face showed no emotion. "You will be studied. Your species is primitive but interesting. We wish to understand how your kind functions." "You can't do this." Marcus shouted. "Our parents, our government, they'll come for us." Vrak made a sound like laughter. It was harsh and mechanical. "Your government does not even know we exist. Your military is centuries behind ours. No one will come." He turned to leave, then paused. "Officer Xena will bring you food. Do not attempt to escape. It is impossible." The door sealed shut with a hiss. The children were alone. Emma began to cry. Sarah hugged her tight. Marcus walked to the wall and pressed his hand against it. The surface was smooth and warm. "There has to be a way out," Marcus whispered. Outside the chamber, Officer Xena approached Commander Vrak. Her expression was worried. "Commander, I must object. Taking human juveniles violates multiple galactic treaties. If the Galactic Council discovers..." "The Council will not discover anything," Vrak said. "Earth is not protected. It is not part of any alliance. These humans are nothing." Xena's scales darkened with concern. "Sir, Earth has been marked as a restricted zone for over 1,000 years. No species has invaded. No empire has colonized. There must be a reason." "Superstition," Vrak snapped. "Old warnings from fearful ancestors. I have reviewed the data. Humans are soft. Emotional. They fight among themselves constantly. They have no unified defense. They are perfect subjects." Xena bowed her head. "As you command, sir." But as she walked away, she activated her private communicator. She sent a coded message to her home planet. The message was simple: "We have taken human children. May the ancestors forgive us." Deep in the ship's data core, ancient files began to unlock. Files that had been sealed for a millennium. Files marked with red warnings in every known language. The first file contained a single line: "Never touch Earth. Never take their young." The second file showed images from an ancient war. Images of human soldiers fighting against impossible odds. Images of entire alien fleets burning. Images of worlds that defied advanced species and won. The third file was a transmission from a long-dead civilization. "We attacked Earth. We took their children. We paid the price. If you are reading this, learn from our mistake. Humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget. And when they come for their young, nothing in the galaxy can stop them." In the containment chamber, Marcus noticed something. A small panel on the wall was blinking. He touched it. Numbers appeared. Coordinates. Maps. Data streams. "Sarah," he whispered. "I think this is their computer system." Sarah joined him. Her eyes widened. Can you access it? Marcus smiled. It was a small, dangerous smile. I'm the best in my coding class. Let's find out. Far below on Earth, alarms began to sound. Marcus's fingers moved across the alien panel. The symbols made no sense at first, but he watched the patterns. He saw how they changed when he touched different areas. His mind worked fast, translating the logic. It's like a computer game, Marcus whispered. Everything follows rules. Sarah watched the door nervously. Hurry. They might come back. Emma stopped crying. She watched Marcus work with wide eyes. Can you really do this? I'm trying, Marcus said. Sweat formed on his forehead. The panel blinked faster. Numbers scrolled past. Then suddenly a map appeared. It showed the ship. Every room. Every corridor. Every system. I'm in, Marcus breathed. Far below on Earth, the night had turned to chaos. General Catherine Morrison stood in the Pentagon's command center. Screens covered every wall. Red lights flashed. Officers shouted into phones. Satellites had detected the anomaly 3 minutes ago. A massive energy signature. Something huge in orbit. Something that shouldn't be there. Talk to me, Morrison barked. A young analyst turned, his face pale. General, we have confirmation. 3 civilians are missing from Riverside. All children. Disappeared at exactly 21:47 local time. Same moment as the energy spike. Morrison's jaw tightened. Show me everything. The main screen lit up. Satellite footage played in slow motion. The 3 children walking. A shimmer in the air above them. Then nothing. Just empty street. Enhance the shimmer, Morrison ordered. The image zoomed in. For a split second, a shape appeared. Massive. Angular. Alien. The room went silent. Morrison picked up a red phone. It connected directly to the president. Sir, we have a situation. Code Crimson. They took our children. On the alien ship, Commander Vrak reviewed the analysis of his specimens. The data confused him. The children's brain activity was unusually high. Their emotional responses showed complex patterns. The youngest one, Emma, had stopped crying within minutes. That showed remarkable adaptation. Strange, Vrak muttered. The files said humans were emotionally unstable. These juveniles are recovering too quickly. Officer Xena entered the bridge. Commander, I must report an anomaly. Our security systems detected an access attempt on Deck 7. Vrak spun around. What? Impossible. The specimens are contained. The attempt came from inside the containment chamber. Vrak's eyes widened. One of the human children is trying to hack our systems? It appears so, Commander. The attempt was crude, but it succeeded. Briefly. For the first time, Vrak felt something cold in his chest. Not quite fear. Not yet. But close. Seal all access points, Vrak ordered. Increase containment field strength. I want constant monitoring. Back on Earth, the president sat in the Situation Room. Around the table were the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the heads of NASA, the CIA director, and General Morrison. Tell me this is a joke, the president said quietly. Morrison shook her head. It's real, sir. We've confirmed the ship is in low orbit. Stealth technology beyond anything we've seen. But we can track its energy signature. Options? The president asked. Limited, sir, the Air Force chief said. Our weapons can't reach that altitude effectively. Even if they could, we don't know the ship's defensive capabilities. So we do nothing? The president's voice was hard. 3 American children were stolen from our soil. Morrison leaned forward. Sir, I recommend we activate Protocol Olympus. The room went quiet. The CIA director spoke carefully. General, Olympus hasn't been activated in 70 years. Are you certain? They took our children, Morrison said. That crosses every line. The president nodded slowly. Activate Olympus. And send a message to every military installation on the planet. Tell them to prepare for war. On the alien ship, Marcus had discovered something important. The aliens had files about Earth. Lots of files. Most were scientific observations. Population counts. Technology assessments. But buried deep were old files. Very old. With warnings. Sarah, look at this, Marcus whispered. He had found a translation program. The words appeared in English. Caution, species classification apex predator. Historical record indicates extreme danger when offspring are threatened. Recommendation, avoid all contact. Sarah read it twice. They knew. They knew we were dangerous and they took us anyway. Emma had been quiet, but now she spoke. Maybe they didn't read the warning. Marcus smiled grimly. Then they're about to learn why they should have. Across the galaxy, on the homeworld of the Chthonian Empire, an ancient alarm began to sound. It was an alarm that hadn't activated in over 1,000 years. The alarm that warned when someone had violated the most sacred rule. Never take human children. In the Imperial Archives, a librarian noticed the alarm. She accessed the files. Her face went pale. She immediately sent an emergency transmission to Commander Vrak's ship. The message was simple: abort mission. Return specimens immediately. You have made a catastrophic error. But the message would take 6 hours to reach the ship. By then it would be far too late. On Earth, satellites repositioned. Weapons systems powered up. Secret bases hidden for decades opened their doors. Soldiers who had trained for this exact scenario moved into position. And in every major city, in every small town, humans looked up at the night sky. They didn't know the details yet, but they felt it. Something had gone wrong. Something had crossed a line. Commander Vrak stood on his bridge, watching Earth rotate below. He felt confident, secure. His ship was powerful. His weapons were advanced. The humans were primitive. He had no idea that below him humanity was waking up. And when humanity wakes, the galaxy trembles. In the containment chamber, Marcus found one more file. This one was a video. It showed an alien species attacking Earth 2,000 years ago. It showed what happened when they landed. The video was short. The aliens didn't last long. Marcus turned off the screen. "We're going to be okay," he told the others. "How do you know?" Emma asked. Marcus pointed down toward Earth. "Because they're coming. And nothing stops us when we protect our own." 6 hours. That's how long it took for the Chthonian Imperial message to reach Commander Vrak's ship. 6 hours of Earth preparing. 6 hours of humanity remembering why the galaxy feared them. When the message finally arrived, Vrak was in his quarters reviewing the specimen data. The communication alarm woke him. He read the message once. Then again. Then a third time, his hands shaking. "Emergency directive. Return human juveniles immediately. You have violated Protocol 0. Fleet Command estimates you have less than 12 hours before Earth responds. Historical records indicate 100% casualty rate for species who harm human offspring. Evacuation protocols authorized. Save your crew." Vrak dropped the tablet. His confident smile was gone. "No. This must be an error. Humans are primitive. They cannot." Another alarm cut him off. This one was different. Louder. More urgent. Officer Xena's voice crackled through the intercom. "Commander. Multiple launches detected from Earth's surface. Counting 50, 70, 100 objects heading toward our position." Vrak ran to the bridge. The main screen showed Earth below. And rising from the planet, like angry hornets from a disturbed nest, came missiles. Hundreds of them. Their trails carved white lines across the black sky. "Impossible," Vrak whispered. "Their rockets are too primitive. They cannot reach orbital altitude." "Sir, these are not their standard rockets," Xena said, her voice tight with fear. "These are something else. They're accelerating. Fast." On Earth, General Morrison watched the launches from multiple screens. Each missile was a masterpiece of secret engineering. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for 70 years. Ever since the last alien incursion. "All Olympus units away," an officer reported. "Time to target, 4 minutes." Morrison nodded. "Good. Now send the message." A communication beam shot toward the alien ship. When Vrak received it, a face appeared on his screen. An older human woman in military uniform. Her eyes were hard as steel. "Alien vessel," Morrison said clearly. "You have committed an act of war against Earth. You have taken our children. You have one chance. Return them immediately, unharmed, and leave our system. You have 3 minutes to comply." Vrak found his voice. "You dare threaten us? We are the Chthonian Empire. We command 1,000 worlds. Your primitive planet." 2 minutes, 30 seconds, Morrison interrupted. "I suggest you choose quickly." The transmission ended. Vrak turned to his crew. "Shields to maximum. Activate all defensive systems. Prepare to jump to hyperspace." But Xena was staring at her console, her face pale green with shock. "Commander, we cannot jump." "What? Why not?" "Something is blocking our hyperspace drive. Some kind of field. Emanating from Earth's moon." "That's impossible. They don't have that technology." Xena's claws trembled on her controls. The historical files were right, Commander. We never should have come here. In the containment chamber, Marcus felt the ship shudder. Emma grabbed Sarah's hand. What's happening? They're coming for us, Marcus said. He had been watching through the hacked system. He had seen everything. Earth is coming. Sarah looked at the ceiling. Will they destroy the ship? With us on it? Marcus shook his head. No. They'll be precise. They always are when civilians are involved. Trust me. The first wave of missiles reached the alien ship. But these weren't explosive weapons. They were something far more sophisticated. Each missile attached to the ship's hull and activated. Electromagnetic pulses rippled across the vessel. Systems flickered. Shields wavered. Inside the bridge, chaos erupted. Shields down to 40%. Main power failing. Weapons systems offline. Vrak gripped his command chair. Return fire. Destroy those missiles. We cannot get a weapons lock, Commander. They're too fast, too small, and our targeting systems are compromised. Then the second wave arrived. These missiles didn't attach. They circled the ship like predators. Waiting. Watching. Morrison's face appeared on the screen again. 1 minute, Commander. I won't ask again. Across the galaxy, on the Chthonian homeworld, the Imperial Council watched in horror. They had received Vrak's distress signal. They saw Earth's response. They remembered now. They remembered why their ancestors had marked Earth as forbidden. The High Chancellor, an ancient Chthonian with scales like weathered stone, spoke to the assembled council. Send the fleet. Not to attack. To evacuate Commander Vrak before the humans destroy him. And prepare an apology. A formal one. With reparations. A younger council member protested. Your Eminence, we are the Chthonian Empire. We do not apologize to primitive worlds. The High Chancellor's eyes were sad. Then you have not read the histories. 3 times our people have fought humanity. 3 times we lost. The last time we lost an entire battle fleet. All because we underestimated them. He pointed at the screen showing Earth. That planet has ended civilizations. It has broken empires. And we just took their children. Back on the ship, Vrak made his decision. Pride warred with survival. Survival won. Open a channel to Earth, he said quietly. Morrison's face appeared. 30 seconds, Commander. We will return the children, Vrak said. The words tasted like poison. Unharmed. We did not know. We did not understand. Morrison's expression didn't change. You have 5 minutes to transport them to these coordinates. A location appeared on Vrak's screen. A field in Riverside. Near where they were taken. If they are not there, healthy and safe in 5 minutes, my second wave launches. And Commander? The second wave carries nuclear warheads. Do you understand? Vrak's voice was barely a whisper. Yes, we understand. The transmission ended. In the containment chamber, the door suddenly opened. Officer Xena stood there. Children, please come with me. You are going home. Marcus stood up slowly. Just like that. Xena's expression was complex. Shame. Fear. Respect. Yes, just like that. We made a terrible mistake. We are sorry. As the children walked through the ship's corridors, alien crew members stopped and stared. Some bowed their heads. Others backed away as if the children themselves were dangerous. Emma held Sarah's hand tight. They're scared of us. No, Marcus said, watching the aliens' faces. They're scared of Earth. They're scared of what happens when you hurt a human child. 5 minutes later, in a field in Riverside, 3 beams of light appeared. Sarah, Marcus, and Emma materialized safe and unharmed. Around them, soldiers rushed forward. Medics. Parents screaming with joy. Above them, the alien ship began to retreat, limping away from Earth. But this wasn't over. Not by far. Because humanity had just been reminded of something important. The galaxy was not empty. The galaxy was not safe. And humanity's children needed protection. In the Pentagon, Morrison made one more call. Mr. President, the children are secure. Good, the President said. Now activate Phase 2. It's time the galaxy remembered why Earth was left alone. Commander Vrak's ship limped through space. Half the systems were offline. The crew worked in silence, their faces showing shame and fear. They had escaped Earth, but barely. Vrak sat alone in his quarters, staring at a holographic display. It showed the old files. The warnings. The records he had ignored. He had been so confident. So foolish. A knock at his door. Officer Xena entered without waiting for permission. Commander, you need to see this, she said. Her voice was strange. Hello. What now? Vrak asked tiredly. Earth has broadcast a message. To the entire galaxy. Every species. Every empire. Every world. Vrak's blood went cold. Show me. The hologram changed. A human appeared. Not General Morrison this time. Someone else. A man in a simple suit. His hair was gray. His eyes were calm but absolutely terrifying in their certainty. The President of the United States. To all civilizations monitoring this transmission, the President said. Today an alien vessel violated Earth's sovereignty. They abducted 3 of our children. This was not an act of scientific curiosity. This was not an accident. This was an act of war. Vrak's hands trembled. The President continued. For thousands of years, Earth has been left alone. You thought it was because we were primitive. You thought we were no threat. You were wrong. The image changed. It showed space. Empty space. Then suddenly hundreds of objects appeared. Ships. Massive ships. They had been cloaked, hidden in the darkness around Earth's solar system. We have been watching, the President said. We have been listening. We have been preparing. Not because we seek conquest, but because we learned long ago that the galaxy is not kind to the weak. The image shifted again. This time it showed a battle. Ancient footage crackling with age. Alien ships attacking Earth. Then human fighters rising to meet them. The battle was brutal. Quick. Decisive. The alien ships fell like rain. This was 2,000 years ago, the President explained. The Karath Dominion thought Earth would be an easy target. They learned otherwise. We destroyed their invasion fleet in 6 hours. Every ship. Every soldier. We left one survivor. To carry a message. The hologram showed an alien, broken and terrified, speaking into a camera. Never attack Earth, the alien said. They fight like demons. They never surrender. And when you hurt their young, they become something worse than demons. They become unstoppable. The President's face returned. Since that day we have maintained a simple policy. Leave us alone and we will leave you alone. But harm one human, especially one of our children, and we will respond with overwhelming force. Across the galaxy, on hundreds of worlds, in dozens of empires, leaders watched this broadcast. Some remembered the old stories. Some had forgotten. All of them were now reminded. On the Chthonian homeworld, the High Chancellor covered his face with his clawed hands. We knew. Our ancestors knew. And we forgot. In the Galactic Council chambers, representatives from 60 species sat in stunned silence. The council leader, a being of pure energy named Zaldar, finally spoke. Earth has been content to remain isolated. They have never sought to join our council. We thought it was because they were inferior. Now I understand the truth. They didn't need us. They never needed us. On Earth, the President continued his message. Today we returned our children safely. The alien commander showed wisdom in the end. He chose to correct his mistake. For that, we will not destroy his ship. But make no mistake, this mercy is a one-time offer. The image changed one final time. It showed Earth's fleet. The ships that had been hidden for decades. Weapons platforms on the moon. Defense stations on Mars. Satellite networks that could track anything within 100 light-years. This is Earth's defensive perimeter, the President said. It has always been here. You simply never saw it. We are not primitive. We are not weak. We are patient. We are watching. And we protect our own. The transmission ended with 5 words that would echo through the galaxy for generations. Earth remembers. Earth protects. Earth endures. In his quarters, Vrak shut off the hologram. He understood now. Earth wasn't marked as forbidden because ancient species feared primitive humans. It was marked forbidden because humanity had proven again and again that they were apex predators. Not just of their planet. Of the entire galaxy. Officer Xena spoke quietly. What will happen to us, Commander? Vrak considered. If we are fortunate, the Empire will simply exile us. If we are not. He didn't finish the sentence. The High Chancellor is already transmitting an apology to Earth, Xena said. With reparations. He has ordered a full investigation into how you access the mission files without reading the restricted warnings. Vrak nodded slowly. I deserve whatever punishment comes. On Earth, life began to return to normal. But not quite. The 3 children became instant celebrities. News crews wanted interviews. Scientists wanted to study them. Politicians wanted photo opportunities. But General Morrison had other plans. She visited the children in the hospital where they were being examined. Sarah, Marcus, and Emma sat together holding hands. They looked tired but unbroken. You three showed remarkable courage, Morrison said. Marcus, your ability to hack an alien computer system with no training was extraordinary. Sarah, your leadership kept everyone calm. Emma, your adaptation to stress showed incredible resilience. Marcus looked up. Are we in trouble? Morrison smiled. It was a genuine smile, warm and kind. Trouble? No. But I have a question. Would you three like to join a special program? One that trains young people to understand alien technology. To be ready if something like this ever happens again. Like a school? Emma asked. Like a school, Morrison confirmed. But also like an adventure. We call it the Olympus Academy. It's where we prepare the next generation to protect Earth. The three children looked at each other. Then they nodded. Yes, Sarah said. We'll do it. Good, Morrison said. Because something tells me you three are going to be very important someday. Far away in the depths of space, the Galactic Council convened an emergency session. The topic, what to do about Earth. After hours of debate, they reached a decision. Earth would be offered a seat on the council. Not as a junior member. Not as observers. As equals. And if Earth refused, then they would simply continue as before. Watching. Waiting. Leaving humanity alone. Because the galaxy had finally learned the lesson that ancient species tried to teach them. Never underestimate humanity. Never threaten their children. And never, ever think that silence means weakness. Earth wasn't primitive. Earth was simply patient. And now the patience had worn thin. The age of human isolation was ending. The age of human influence was beginning. And the galaxy would never be the same. 3 months after the abduction, the Galactic Council sent their delegation to Earth. They arrived in a massive diplomatic vessel, gleaming silver against the black sky. The ship was beautiful, elegant, designed to impress. Earth's response was simple. They sent a single shuttle to meet them. Black, functional, armed. General Morrison was on that shuttle. So were the three children. Sarah, Marcus, and Emma wore matching uniforms. Dark blue with the Earth insignia on the shoulder. They looked different now. Older somehow. Training at Olympus Academy had changed them. The delegation leader was Ambassador Thelvan, a tall, crystalline being who shimmered with inner light. When he saw the children, he stopped. His expression shifted to something humans rarely saw from aliens. Respect. These are the ones who were taken? Thelvan asked. Morrison nodded. Sarah Chin, Marcus Williams, Emma Rodriguez. They're here to represent Earth's youth. To show you what humanity really is. Thelvan bowed deeply. In his culture, bowing was reserved for warriors and leaders. We have come to formally apologize for the actions of the Chthonian Empire. And to extend an invitation. Earth is invited to join the Galactic Council as a full member. Morrison had expected this. What are the terms? No terms, Thelvan said. Only one request. That Earth shares its defensive technology with the Council. Many smaller worlds live in fear of aggressive empires. Your weapons, your strategies, they could save millions of lives. Marcus spoke up. His voice was confident now. You want our weapons? After one of your empires tried to kidnap us. Thelvan's light dimmed slightly. Shame. The Chthonians acted alone. Without council approval. They have been dealt with. Commander Vrak has been exiled. The entire leadership of their military has been replaced. That's not enough, Emma said quietly. All eyes turned to her. You need to make sure it never happens again. To anyone. Not just to humans. Thelvan studied the small girl. What would you suggest? Emma looked at Morrison, who nodded. Create a law. Any species that harms children of any race gets expelled from the council. Permanently. And Earth gets to enforce it. The chamber went silent. Thelvan's light flickered. That is a significant request. It's non-negotiable, Morrison said firmly. Earth will join your council. We'll share our technology. But only if the galaxy agrees. Children are off limits. Always. Thelvan communicated with his team in rapid, musical tones. Finally he turned back. The council will vote on this proposal. I believe it will pass. Most species already follow this principle. Making it law simply formalizes what should have always been sacred. Good, Sarah said. Then we have a deal. The diplomatic mission was a success. But back on Earth not everyone was happy. In a secret facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, a group of military leaders met in a dark room. At the head of the table sat General Marcus Chin, Sarah's grandfather. He had been against the mission from the start. We're making a mistake, General Chin said. Joining the Galactic Council means exposing ourselves, making alliances, getting involved in their wars. A woman across the table, Admiral Jessica Hunt, disagreed. We're already exposed. They know about us now. Better to have allies than to stand alone. Allies? Chin laughed bitterly. They're not our allies. They're afraid of us. Fear isn't the same as friendship. Then we teach them not to fear us, Hunt replied. We show them that humans can be trusted. That we're not monsters. But we are monsters, Chin said quietly. When someone threatens our children, we become exactly that. And now we're advertising it to the entire galaxy. The debate continued for hours. But in the end, the decision was made. Earth would join the Council. The age of isolation was over. Meanwhile, at Olympus Academy, Marcus made a discovery. He had been studying the alien ship's data files he'd copied during the abduction. Buried deep in the code was something strange. A signal. Repeating. Coming from somewhere far beyond known space. He showed it to his instructors. Within an hour, it reached Morrison's desk. Within 2 hours, it was analyzed by Earth's best scientists. The conclusion was terrifying. It's a distress call, Dr. Sarah Okonkwo explained to Morrison. From a human colony ship. One we didn't know existed. Morrison's face went pale. Impossible. We haven't sent colony ships. We don't have FTL technology. We don't, Dr. Okonkwo agreed. But someone did. The signal is old. Very old. Over 1,000 years. And it's saying the same thing over and over. She played the audio. Static. Then words. Faint but clear. Under attack, children in danger. Requesting immediate assistance. This is colony ship Prometheus. Anyone receiving this transmission. We need help. The signal ended. Then repeated. Morrison sat down slowly. 1,000 years ago, someone from Earth launched a colony ship. They found trouble. They called for help. And no one came. Until now, Dr. Okonkwo said. The Chthonian ship's sensors picked up the signal. It's in their database. Which means other species know about this too, Morrison finished. And if there are humans out there, survivors. They're in danger, Dr. Okonkwo confirmed. Morrison stood up. Assemble the council delegation. Tell them we need to use their faster-than-light ships. We have people to rescue. But when Earth made the request, the council hesitated. Ambassador Thelvan delivered the bad news personally. The region where your signal originates is controlled by the Zarkath hierarchy. They're hostile. They do not permit anyone in their space. If we send ships, it will be seen as an invasion. Morrison's eyes were cold. Then it's an invasion. Those are human colonists. Our people. We're going to get them. General Morrison, please understand. The Zarkath have the largest military in the galaxy. Even Earth's defenses might not withstand a full assault from them. Morrison leaned forward. Then I suggest the council decides whose side they're on. Because with or without you, Earth is going. And if the Zarkath want to stop us, they're welcome to try. Back at Olympus Academy, Sarah, Marcus, and Emma were called into a special briefing. Morrison stood at the front of the room with a holographic star map behind her. Children, you've trained for 3 months. You've learned more about alien technology than most adults will learn in a lifetime. Now I need to ask you something. The three exchanged glances. Morrison continued. We found a human colony. Lost. Possibly in danger. We're going to rescue them. It's going to be dangerous. But we need people who understand alien systems. People who can think fast. People who've already proven they don't break under pressure. Marcus stood up. You want us to come? I'm asking if you're willing, Morrison corrected. Your parents have been informed. The choice is yours. Sarah stood. Then Emma. We're coming, Sarah said simply. Morrison smiled. It was proud and sad at the same time. I hoped you'd say that. But you need to understand. Where we're going, there are no guarantees. We might not all come back. Emma's voice was steady. Then we better make sure we all come back together. Morrison nodded. All right then. Welcome to Operation Prometheus. Let's go find our lost family. As they left the briefing room, none of them knew the truth. The colony ship Prometheus hadn't just been lost. It had been captured. And the humans aboard had been prisoners for 1,000 years. But they had survived. They had adapted. They had waited. And now Earth was finally coming. The galaxy was about to learn another lesson about humanity. They don't just protect their children. They protect their own. No matter how long it takes. The fleet that left Earth was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. 20 warships. Slick. Silent. Deadly. At the center flew the flagship, Redemption. On its bridge stood General Morrison, Sarah, Marcus, and Emma. The Galactic Council had sent ships too. Not to fight. To watch. To witness what happened when humanity went to war. The journey took 6 days. 6 days of preparation. 6 days of training. 6 days of growing tension as they approached Zarkath space. On the 7th day they arrived. The Zarkath border fortress was massive. A station the size of a moon, bristling with weapons. As Earth's fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel, alarms screamed across the fortress. A transmission came through. The voice was deep, grinding like stones. Unknown vessels. You have entered Zarkath space without permission. Leave immediately or be destroyed. Morrison activated the communications channel. Her voice was calm. This is General Catherine Morrison of Earth. We are here for our people. The colonists from the ship Prometheus. Return them and we leave peacefully. Silence. Then laughter. Harsh and cruel. The Prometheus slaves? The voice said. They have been our property for 1,000 years. They mine our asteroids. They build our ships. They belong to us. Marcus's hands clenched into fists. Emma's face went pale. Sarah looked at Morrison, who nodded slowly. You have one chance, Morrison said. Release them. Now. Or what, human? Your fleet is impressive. But we have 300 warships in this sector alone. You are outnumbered 15-1. Morrison smiled. It was not a kind smile. Then I suggest you call for reinforcements. You're going to need them. The channel closed. All ships, Morrison ordered. Battle stations. Marcus, Emma, Sarah, get to your positions. The 3 children ran to their posts. Marcus was in cyber warfare. Emma coordinated defensive systems. Sarah managed communications with the council observers. The Zarkath attacked first. 300 ships against 20. The battle should have been over in minutes. It wasn't. Earth's ships moved like dancers. Every shot precise. Every maneuver calculated. They didn't fight like warriors. They fought like surgeons. Cutting. Precise. Efficient. Marcus hacked the Zarkath network in the first 30 seconds. Suddenly, enemy ships couldn't communicate. Couldn't coordinate. They flew blind. Emma activated defense grids that intercepted 90% of incoming fire. The weapons that got through hit shields that bent space itself. Sarah broadcast everything to the council observers. Let them see. Let them understand. On the council observation ship, Ambassador Thelvan watched in awe. Impossible. How are they doing this? His tactical officer's voice trembled. Sir, I've analyzed their strategy. They're not fighting 300 ships. They're fighting 300 individual targets. Every ship has a custom attack pattern, designed specifically for that enemy's weakness. How could they know each ship's weakness? They scanned them. In the first 5 seconds of battle, their computers analyzed every enemy vessel and created individual attack protocols. All in 5 seconds. Thelvan's light dimmed. No species has that kind of processing power. Earth does. The battle raged for 20 minutes. When it ended, 200 Zarkath ships were disabled. The rest retreated. Earth's fleet had taken minimal damage. 0 casualties. Morrison opened a channel to the fortress. Last chance. Release the colonists. This time there was no laughter. Only fear. How? How did you defeat us? Morrison's voice was cold. Because we've been preparing for this moment for thousands of years. Every species that ever attacked Earth taught us something. The Karath taught us speed. The Drax taught us precision. The Chthonians taught us stealth. You're about to teach us mercy. What do you mean? Release the colonists. All of them. Unharmed. Do this and we leave. Refuse and we dismantle your fortress piece by piece until we find them ourselves. 30 minutes later, transport ships began leaving the fortress. Hundreds of them. Thousands of humans emerged. They were thin. Scarred. Wearing tattered clothes. But alive. On the Redemption, Morrison watched them arrive. Some colonists were old. Some were young. Children born in captivity. Families who had known nothing but slavery. One old man was brought to the bridge. His hair was white. His back bent. But his eyes burned with fierce intelligence. I'm Captain James Chin, he said. Commander of the Prometheus. We've been waiting a long time for Earth to find us. Morrison's breath caught. Chin? General Marcus Chen's ancestor? The old captain smiled. Is Marcus still alive? He was my great-grandson. He is. And his granddaughter Sarah is on this ship. Fighting to rescue you. Captain Chen's eyes filled with tears. Then the Chin family still protects. Good. That's good. Over the next hours, the colonists told their story. The Prometheus had left Earth secretly, 1,000 years ago. An experimental faster-than-light drive. They'd been captured by the Zarkath. Enslaved. But they'd survived. They'd kept their humanity. Their culture. Their strength. We knew you'd come eventually, Captain Chin said. Humans don't abandon their own. It just took longer than we hoped. As the fleet prepared to leave, the Zarkath commander sent one final message. Earth has made an enemy today. Morrison's response was simple. No. Today the galaxy learned what happens when you enslave humans. Spread the word. Tell every empire. Tell every species. Humans protect their own. Always. Forever. And if you touch one of us, you answer to all of us. The journey home took 7 days. During that time the colonists learned about Earth. About how humanity had thrived. About the technology. The defenses. The power. Captain Chin sat with Sarah, Marcus, and Emma. You three. You're the ones who were abducted. They nodded. And you came on a military rescue mission? Children? We're not just children anymore, Marcus said quietly. We're Earth's future. Captain Chin smiled. It was a proud, fierce smile. Yes. Yes, you are. When the fleet reached Earth, millions gathered. The largest celebration in human history. The lost colonists were home. At the United Nations, the president addressed the world. And the galaxy. Today we proved something. Earth doesn't just defend our planet. We defend every human. Everywhere. No matter where they are. No matter how long it takes. This is our promise. This is our oath. Humanity united. Humanity strong. Humanity eternal. In the Galactic Council chambers, the vote was unanimous. Earth's law passed. Children of all species were now protected. Any violation meant immediate expulsion and